la so ni ta je tende song zan da nge trin sambala ya ani nga so dwala ta ji phumen so ten zawi ji ta sama ta da ji namba da wo ani re yo ma de namba da re yo ma de ta ko ji namba yin rong mi rong ani nga so semba zangbo da wo ji je je da wo ji ke thap da wo ji le ya ani nge ge je tsun drama se ji jer da nangba da hingde no la sarasati sigire and ya namba nanu la tara sigire ka chen tendri ge teni female bida sigido ta ka chen tendri sanjibi ge ani pme ge rai ge an kong ge teni loji da wuche na tamba chom den di ko nyangel din ni ta phache lo ji nishi yama taba chi ni an ji jaga la pe kanga da ji mambu ji cha che che ni ta me che jen zen jabu ne ta la soba tendri ge ta kumbo la soba ta ji pa mambu ji chongba la tai che ni ani ta dedu ka la ya ta ngu so ge ni ta jam dong en da uchi ta tara singe ji chongba re the Dechadanga cup de Dudachi Yadam line number. Any Kanga Sella Jona and take a cane of Jawun to color, any taking to no some journey Jabdong and in the Mambo Chongani zone, and Tata Badichi Pergan Lola Kanga Kare, Johnson, any Taras in the main bird, any digging sand ya, sang out cigarette and sand it and drum, the Richiaga, the Yore. I think it decode Tata. Duba Jada, I think also the Nyambakahi Nyam the Dong years.
And so one thing that I want to tell everyone here about is, I know that there are some people here who are practicing Buddhists and some who are not specifically Buddhists. And regardless of whether you are or not, I want to give you the sim jachir the chichig top the nichi karela.
Tapping us to Ramdan Yeniga la Pentua Chedela, Simke Yang Jet. And then Dinam the Chig Nada Kahiji Drang Jet.
Thus,
and it tenders Jen and details Chetapa, Leka Lizinda which.
So I want us, to think about that present situation to, expand our concern outwards to others. And then we're going to recite one mantra together. And I'm going to tell you a little story about this first. So there's, one Buddha who we call Tara. It's a female Buddha. And this is a shared, both Buddhists and Hindus both consider and, pay respect and make prayers or, recite mantras for Tara. In Buddhism, we call her Tara. She's biting me. I need to pray to Tara so this cat will stop biting me. So anyway, Tara is a female Buddha, and Tara, the history of Tara goes back to sometime around 20 years after the passing of Buddha Shakyamuni. So after Buddha Shakyamuni had passed, there were a lot of disturbances in India, and a lot of large spread of illnesses, flooding, wildfires, animal attacks, political strife, all kinds of problems. And at those times, there was this divine form that was named Tara, who was coming and protecting people from fears and from dangerous situations. And so, they say that Tara, coming as in a form of like a goddess, would protect people in such situations. And up to now in Tibet, it is the case that anytime somebody is in some kind of difficult or fearful situation, that they say the name of Tara and they recite her mantra. There's a mantra of the name of Tara. It's called the name mantra of Tara. and they use that as a way to reach out to Tara in a way to request her to protect, to save them from illness, from disturbances of the elements like flooding and wildfires and things like that, and any kind of like fearful or dangerous situation. Lesson.
And da did tambata kunyangin dinita lo jignishiyamate chadita tadanda wujitamba kunyangin dina pajitanga solo nito to jayamati kakson shiban najide and dindi kaptuvalaya. And jagala ta ze singiji. Tanga so purgan zene singiji mebelan zene.
Hakomaso.
Natsaji yore tangama in a delata tani jumatabanda. That thing sound de la young castle man is a ton sabare. Tangamazani jumatabati, any Koran did not the puyana. Then the bed the Columba Combano Pa Yaya Matuji Gitini, Taki Mavanda in the day. Not Junkala ding a solumbal tendo. Then Masan did never the Pundo de that part of the Hala ya, then Kala de Pa Tarimbo, the ya, gay jap. Tene kalandana yayu said it, then the witch, then Jima that Jabluma turned him ever chow the dash shows had a senate, then Kamba Maricini. Tenema ne yabu, that Tendiginata to catch it, but in Jadu. And Tendeta Jagala that the Mambo to Tinasati. And Tendus jig Tene Chung Machi, any Gase, Tene. Kita kanga dunga mambo chiche ta soso chico luce any day not sagata zose subol machado de any tendigita dukaji chound any cope chita kanga mambo chongche and tedicablayata chick drama say chita tendicumhenji tendi yore say chicono main coaches. Any cogata chick twala di tara se chinita, tenisi gate jamtanga so in a much gate amazon of checking and tennis chin coron gate jab. So at the when it did cheducola, any jitsun dramaga, then it moon some watching judgy of a chache. And it's halanonima, and it so duces in a days of Loviala, Calicodo, the Heduvella. Taka changing that, then the Natala penzig that, and dig Kaboji right down, pen liba mendo, bed the sundum in the dignity. Jig that salan on map of J, and Maggie got it in Nepa de Suche. Oh, then this Jenny, that Jima di Koran theatre, page drama to Tumdo. Oh, then did it chabi loju, that tambotini zone de the young de Yoris.
Did Jaco Gerwala.
Lare. And
so one of the stories of Tara is, from the time of the historical accounts of Tara, which was like 20 years after the time of the Buddha's passing. And, now if we count that, it's been somewhere around 2,600 years since the time of the historical Buddha's passing. And at that time, there was an illness. I think, I'm not exactly sure, this is me talking, not translating, that I'm pretty sure he's talking about leprosy. But it was a disease that at the time in India, there was no cure for. And even in more recent times in India, or in Tibet, they didn't have a cure for it. So anyway, it was the type of illness that if someone in your area got it, they would send that person off alone into an empty valley somewhere in the mountains and just leave them there. And they would bring food up to the edge of the valley from far away and shout out that they had brought food and everything. And then, they would do that for some time until they assumed that the person had died, or until they stopped coming to get the food, when they would know that they had died. And, if they had built a little house up there or something, they would like tear it down or burn it or whatever, just to it was that kind of such a bad disease that was incurable. So people were very, very careful about it. And so anyway, there was someone at that time back 20 years after the Buddha had passed who contracted this disease, and just heard from other people that there was this Buddha, that this, divine being named Tara, and that Tara could protect you from things. So he just heard that. And so he started calling out to Tara, like in a way, just like you would, call to a friend, like, hey Jim, hey, whatever. So he was calling out to Tara and kind of like reaching out to her, like, praying to her to protect him, basically to save him from this illness, a guy who had contracted leprosy. And the story goes, he did, you know, that she directly, you know, appeared to him, came to him, and he met with her directly, and that she, you know, gave him, you know, basically something poured out from her hands. This like, in you know, ancient language they call this like dutsi amrita. It's like a, you know, anyway, some kind of medicinal nectar that you know, purified and cleansed away his illness. Lazo, any day tari drip tap chik jong race and a car say what it.
Oh, that drop second, that they got something in it, that drama singing day. Jarda Sanji Shija to be song your vala. In a tati drubia down, the niggy look sweet of Gio Marevella. That shoots about the was any mata chumbare. That catching kangare job, and a day job with those magenda here, Koran Loma Mombucha, the rich in Malu, which is it.
And so it became like a, you know, this became like a tradition to like call out to Tara through stories like this, you know, like one person had this story where he, you know, overcame some illness because of that. And then that became like a story, like people said, oh yeah, well, she can protect you from illness. Another person was protected from some other thing. And so it became like stories, became, you know, a tradition of calling out to Tara for protection from different types of fearful situations.
And in that don't get drama setting in data, ye he pumboche. That ye hits those non yard, which is a cocoa. That ninja chimbo. Ninja chimbo, then is those non just which is a go, non-digide.
And when we talk about Tara, you know, what we consider Tara to be is just an embodiment of compassionate wisdom. Of wisdom and compassion.
That's all. And that rain dig lops and mind the decol mambo mashibiche. I think nigga not kahi chitinum and dungy dust.
So anyway, this isn't the topic that we're here to talk about today, but I just want to just leave it at that. But I want us to recite this mantra a few times together.
Om Tare.
Om Tare.
Tutare.
Tutare.
Tere.
Ture.
Soha.
Soha.
Om Tare.
Om Tare.
Tutare.
Tutare.
Tere.
Ture.
Soha.
Soha.
Om Tare.
Om Tare.
Tutare.
Tutare.
Tere.
Ture.
Soha.
Soha.
Om Tare. Tutare. Tere. Soha.
Om Tare. Tutare. Ture. Soha.
I think also nyam the kahiji in das.
So let's do this together a few times.
Om Tare Tu Tare Tere Soha. 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 Tadi chik ta karche mo imba tin sang nasa dikabla karche mo imba ta chik bhog la chen jawar mo cheni zong lama mangbo chik ta dite chino sunda ta na yabu do song song ani de song za nga ga ta da twala chik ta nga so lakcha da ma song ni che cheni ani ni te hyu ya bai.
And so I told you about this because His Holiness the Dalai Lama and many of the other you know, important teachers of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition have said that right now in the current situation with the coronavirus that that it is very helpful and you know, important for us to be reciting the mantra of Tara. So just for to, you know, as to give us a kind of tool and just to follow after what they have said, I explained this just briefly.
Yeah, I la so tigara che number. Then Namjun da chik. Kase ya. Nyen batten de da daya latani tok to mena. Ani ko nietre gom lubure. Ani tigara gom ja. Then naronas.
And so anyway, if you don't find this like interesting, if this practice doesn't appeal to you, then we're going to be talking about meditation today. So you should just meditate anyway. So either way, whatever works for you.
Ani yang jik di nyeba te sonda tende jea la yang gawo yung en rabu tang tende ina ta ji hira chiba yo mare so so ji gang la ta da yi chi yo ba de ta ge ani ji so so ge ta so ban de sa tende yo re ba la
Oh,
me so 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 la ta tende yo ba ina ani chirong so te so no so ba ta ani tende ji jeba ina di ga re phe di yo re se di 나서 참참라 아니지 셈발라베 강한 숙체모 제 흘러운드가라 다 곰데서 적투비하게 셈바가 니바데히다 매바 차약 뒤수지던데 요래 아니 던데더부지 차송바이나 다 나랑다지네 데니 가세레 드라마라 소반다군다 아니 당 타는 녀반다고 당 아니 던데 제디디 양 디기 코페 셈바데서 펠르제 난 던데 양아 차도 던데지 나로나스
and so even if this specifically doesn't appeal to you, you may have some other kind of person or God, being, Buddha, whoever, that you do choose to connect with. And if you do, then sometimes it's important to kind of try to reach out to them. And the reason for that is that sometimes when we're in the midst of a big difficulty and we're having some, we're in the midst of some serious situation, then often it is the case that our minds don't really have the focus or the power to engage in meditation. And in those moments, it's sometimes helpful if we have this kind of, someone to reach out to in that way, someone to connect to in that way. That when we, for example, when we supplicate to Tara by reciting her mantra, by kind of calling out to her in that way, then it can alleviate some of that tension and stress and anxiety in our mind and bring our mind to a state of relaxation, where we then could have that potential to practice further.